this week's outage was brought to you by Cloudflare.
Oh, why? Yeah, what?
Yay! We all saw it coming. Yay!
Is it time for us to stop being so dependent on just like
Nope.
a couple of companies to
We can't change anything.
to keep the entire internet running?
It
They
will
should
not happen.
merge. We need less.
I know a bunch of chat is like, yes, good. That will not happen. I am sorry. The inertia is way too high. You can't unplug Cloudflare from the internet right now. The tools to do the things that Cloudflare does you're quite wrong, Luke. Yeah, okay. Good luck. Go have fun. The tools to do the things that places like Cloudflare accomplish on a mass scale for everyone are not good enough, to be honest. There is certain things that can help you get away from it, and we use a lot of that. But just saying like, oh yeah, every single site, you can unplug Cloudflare. They've done it a couple times recently. Yeah, okay. I need you guys to consider the vastness of this. Unplug Cloudflare, Azure, and AWS from the entire internet and see what happens.
What would even be left?
We just did. We just saw what happens.
And that
It's
was
not
like
good.
a regional outage for the AWS thing too. That was like one small part of AWS. It wasn't even...
And trust me, a huge part of Floatplane's ethos is like using these platforms as little as possible. Yes, when the Cloudflare outage happened, stuff with Floatplane went down. We lean on a lot of different Cloudflare things.
We do.
But we try to make it as unpluggable and into something else as possible.
Yeah,
but that unplug and plug into something else is the important part of what I'm talking about. These types of systems, this decentralization is how the internet works right now in grand scale. The cost of doing it yourself, both in employees, in hardware, and everything else is very high. These companies are offering scale, they're offering expertise, they're offering resilience, all these different things. And there's a reason why so many people have flocked to them. And there's a reason why put it in the cloud is a lot less popular than it used to be, because they're strangling everyone with price. And then people are trying to float back. But what's kind of winning right now, as it often does, is a hybrid model that's somewhere more in the middle. You have no cloud. Cloud comes in and everyone goes, oh my God, put everything in the cloud all the time.
Then there's a little outage and they're like, wow, we can't do anything.
Oh my goodness.
Also, like getting all of our data out of our cloud storage is wildly expensive.
They crank the prices, everything goes crazy, and then you go, oh, maybe somewhere in here. Floatplane tries to do a bit of hybrid. Right now, the deal we have with Cloudflare is very cost effective, so we are doing that. But we can try to work with other people, and we can go with other companies. It doesn't just have to be three, but these types of like one company leans on other ones to get things done is how the internet works right now. And there's a reason why if you put all these three massive outages together, there's basically nothing left. There's a reason why that's the case. And just saying like, oh yeah, you can unplug it all and it's all going to magically work is just not true.
Or it's not true now.
Yeah.
It could be true 5 years from now.
And it was true in the past.
Yes. But right now, the way that it works, if you want to have a website that like is reasonably reliable and doesn't just get like DDoSed to high hell all the time, you're basically using these services. It's the current paradigm
of being DDoSed to high hell all the time is like exactly what I'm talking about. The wall. Someone in Floatplane chat just worded it. Nope, I don't see it anymore. But the needing the resiliency to absorb a lot of this type of stuff was a massive problem back in the day.
Oh yeah,
sites would go down all the time,
dude. And like stuff would go down all the time.
One vindictive customer would take down a site whenever.
And the scale with which you can attack services now is only increasing.
Tons of houses in BC have like 3 gig internet connections coming to their house up and down. Like, my goodness.
Dude, hold on. Someone just sent me this. Apparently, there's Hold on.
Also, yeah, someone in Full Pink Chat just said, Andre B just said, and what companies you lean on also lean on those companies as well. Yeah, much like the stock market, which I think we're going to talk about a little bit later. A lot of this
Not financial advice.
A lot of this stuff intertwines. It flows together, and it's crazy.
Let me see if I can find this. Okay. I think I got it up. So this was sent to me earlier this week by Marty Kareem, a staff signals engineer at Security Scorecard. We published research on a campaign we're calling Operation WRT Hug. So check this out. So it's an operation that's hijacking tens of thousands of older ASUS WRT home and small office home office routers and using them as orb-style relay infrastructure. So apparently there's a mesh of infected DAD routers, they're calling them, spread across Taiwan, the US, Russia, Southeast Asia, and Europe. And this kind of no longer getting updates, connected infrastructure, smart home devices, IoT devices that are all over the place, coupled with the enormous pipes that are available for like run-of-the-mill residential connections, creates just an unfathomable scale of attack if it's used in a coordinated fashion. Like,
yeah, you want to tank 500,000 IPs hitting you for 15 terabits per second.
Good luck.
Like, nah, bro. Like, it's crazy.
So literally,
and to be fair, people dealt with this stuff back in the day.
They did,
but their sites would just go down all the time.
And so the only solution that we've found, we collectively have found, is massive scale. And that's what Cloudflare did, is they built massive scale to absorb these attacks and turn that into their entire business model, knowing that this botnet or this, web of zombie devices or whatever can't attack everyone at once. So as long as we're big enough to absorb, one big attack, or as long as we're big enough to absorb it long enough that they run out of money, because a lot of the time this is not even like hackers.
Thanks for the link, Candyman.
Hackers doing this. A lot of the time, this is just pay to play, like bot attacks where people will actually just rent someone's network.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily a hacker like deciding.
Yeah.
I mean,
who the target is. It
totally can be.
It can be.
But sometimes it's like you said, it's paid for.
It's DDoS as a service. Yeah. It's amazing what an industry just like being a ne'er-do-well has turned into. I mean, really, realistically, has been for forever, as long as the internet's been a thing.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, man. We can't just
rent to pwn. Is that a thing, Charge Nuclei? Did you come up with that?
Super sounds like a thing.
It's got to be a thing. Rent to pwn.
If it's not, I mean, I feel like it's going to become
okay. Yeah, Helen Keller in Floatplane Chat says it is. But how would you have seen that?
Yeah.
How would you have ever heard of that? Okay, that's not funny. Shout out Helen Keller.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, why would you laugh at that? What's wrong with you? Actual sociopath. My lips are really sore today. I had a couple...
And your teeth are yellow.
I had a couple really sleepless nights this week, and when I don't sleep well, I tend to get like mouth ulcers. Not cold sores, that's a different thing. Mouth ulcers. And what happens is the brackets will like hook into them and like rip them up. And it's like... Yeah, my lips are really, really swollen right now. What?
Nothing.
What's funny?
Nothing.
I want to know what's funny.
Nothing, man. Anyways, all I'm saying is like it's really not that simple, and I don't know what the future is going to look like. Maybe we aren't relying on these things. There is so much money behind the idea of keeping these things around that I'd be a little surprised if we were able to move past it, and ultimately, the uptime that most sites get from these things and by these things, I'm generally referring, there are many others, but I'm generally referring to Azure, AWS, and Cloudflare. The uptime benefit that a lot of people have from working with these groups is so much higher than the impact when they go down. And I need you to listen to me when I say this. This part's very, very important.
Are you laughing at them
Nope.
making oral sex jokes about me?
Totally not at all.
Because I'm not going to take this. Okay? I'm not going to have a bunch of float goats, okay, talking to me about throat pain, the platform they use.
Thanks, Dan. What was I even saying? Oh, yeah, okay. The thing I need you to hear, this part's very important. When your service goes down, if you can go, yeah, but look, it's Azure or AWS or Cloudflare, and like a third of the internet is down, almost everyone's going to shrug it off. If your service goes down and you're hosting everything yourself, you look terrible.
They're going to be mad at you. Yeah.
Which one?
100%.
Which one are you going to choose? Is it getting blamed for everything and it actually being your fault all the time? Or is it being able to point at the big nebulous thing that no one's really going to be able to go blame or do anything about anyways? A lot of IT professionals are going to pick the one where they can point at the giant company that just took down a third of the internet anyways. So you are not alone. You will also have comments. If your system has comments or people talking about it, you'll have someone going, oh my God, I can't believe this thing is down. And then there will be replies to it saying, actually, it's just AWS being down.
Parse Me Hard says, can confirm 30% of my customer base was down. So much easier to pass the buck.
Yes.
Yep. Should we actually read through the topic that was prepared for us by
resolve the drama for you.
Jordan Block?
Yes, we should, because it looks like he honestly did a fantastic job.
Yeah, you just started talking about it.
Sorry.
So the thing we've been talking about for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah. This week's outage was brought to you by Cloudflare. X, ChatGPT, Spotify, and countless other sites and services, including Floatplane, were unavailable this week. Ours was only partially, which I think actually made people more confused, but hey, it is what it is. We're unavailable this week after problems at infrastructure provider Cloudflare. Cloudflare offers DDoS protection, bot mitigation, content delivery, and
so much more.
So much more. To more than 24 million active websites and services. Yeah, we can't just unplug it, I swear. It's estimated that at least 20% of the web uses Cloudflare infrastructure to some degree. The outage comes after outages on Microsoft's Azure and Amazon's AWS platforms brought down large chunks of the internet in the latter weeks of October. And then almost everyone I talked to was like, wouldn't it be crazy if Cloudflare went down too? And then it did.
That was funny.
This week's outage was triggered by a permissions change that ultimately caused a database to output duplicate entries into what Cloudflare calls its feature file used by their bot management system. The feature file basically contains a list of traits used by the bot management system's machine learning model to make a prediction about whether a given request was automated or not. This file is refreshed every few minutes and is published to Cloudflare's entire network to ensure that they're able to quickly react to changing internet conditions, including new types of bots and bot attacks. This thing is very important. The feature file is meant to contain a limited number of these features, and the bot management system, like other modules, has a specific amount of memory pre-allocated on Cloudflare's proxies for performance reasons. That makes sense, especially when you're at scale. The larger than expected feature file, however, caused the bot management system to go past this memory limit, causing the threads to panic, and ultimately resulted in a 5xx error.
You know, it's funny how, the more things change, the more things stay the same. It's like, my friend in elementary school's dad was a hyper geeky guy. And he had this shirt that he was just you know that shirt that's so covered in coffee stains and is full of holes, but you just still wear it all the time because it's just your favorite reason. Shirt.
Yeah.
So yeah, on the front it just said insufficient memory at this time, and it worked really well because he was just kind of a space cadet kind of guy, super nice guy, love him. But he was just he's just kind of like, sorry, what were we talking about? Like, just, a guy who's relatable to me. Yeah, I get it. I connect. And I thought it was funny at the time, like kind of because, memory overflow issues were not really as much of a thing because we had page files and stuff by the time I got into computers. And yet, here we are, all these years later. And, oops, sorry, we overflowed our pre-allocated memory. Sorry, internet, see you later.
Oops, the whole internet.
Yeah.
That impacted other systems that rely on the proxies and ultimately caused the outage. While the Cloudflare team responded within just 4 minutes of the errors occurring, it was ultimately about 5.5 hours before things were back to normal. Not too surprising. Mehdi Dowdy, CEO of internet performance monitoring platform Catchpoint, told The Verge that the recent string of high-profile outages should be a wake-up call for companies. Everybody's putting all their eggs in one basket. This is a quote. Everybody's putting all their eggs in one basket, and then they're surprised when there's a problem. Dowdy says it's on the company's side to make sure that they have redundancy and resiliency. Sorry, I don't think pretty much anything's going to change because of this, but yeah. Good quote. We're going to double all the costs. Anyways, as usual, Cloudflare's blog gives a ton of detail on exactly how this played out, and it's, as per usual, it's really good. Check it out if you want to learn more.